Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. It is Friday night, and we are live and in effect as I report to you from behind this plastic microphonic device with none of my brain tied behind my back because I need it all just to keep up. Hope everybody is doing well. Here as we head into the weekend, we're going to rock and roll and get to answering some comments here. We're starting off with this comment from Ray Gilgriff. It says here, interesting how whack the market is compared to the true ratios. It sure is. It's crazy. Yes, if you haven't had a chance to check it out, pretty interesting video about gold, and it's decoupled here earlier today. Yes, indeed, that's right. All right, welcome. Good to see you guys. I got Tom Larson is here. JM Unleashed is with us. Good to see JM Unleashed is here. Rob Moran, Carrie Tarrant, and by the way, thank you, JM Unleashed, for posting a link for sharing this on your community tab. This video, appreciate that very much. Johnny B, if someone drops a COMEX bar, will it cause an earthquake? Good question. Oh my goodness, 1,000 ounces, if it falls on your toe, your screams might cause an earthquake. Good to see 66 Samus here. Welcome, good to see you. Rabbit Rabies, good to see you. Welcome to Dean R, Silver Shelby, Rob Moran, a lot of good folks with us tonight here already out of the starting gate. And we've got this here from Yura 1972, says Summit Metals has great prices, but they don't ship your stuff until 3 to 5 days after payment. Pretty frustrating to have to wait a week to receive your items. It's 2025 and get it moving. Well, if you pay by e-check, that's actually very fast, extremely fast. And so it takes a couple days. It takes up to a week for your check to clear. So that's where the delay is, and that would be for any dealer, for sure. All right, but check out Summit Metals. They do have great prices, but when you buy with e-check, you got to expect it's going to take some time. Better than mailing a check. Good to see you. All right. Hello, Elliot Scott and Carrie Tarrant. Good to see you. All right, and let's see here. We've got Maria. Silver's like the boy who kept crying wolf. Yeah. That's what I don't like to do with silver. I don't want to be the boy crying wolf. That's why I like to be as realistic as I can about the metal, where the price is going to go and the like. We've got the Medusa skull here, says the following. By the end of the year, silver will be $70 and gold will be $7,000. Mark my words. A Medusa skull, I'd be willing to put money on that bet. I'd be willing to back it up with a bet if you wanted to. That's not going to happen. But anyways, all right, Hamilton Informant is here. Welcome, and thank you to JM Unleashed for posting a link to Summit Metals. Check them out just to see if they have the lowest prices for what you're looking for. You might be surprised. Let's see here. Dean R, we got JM Unleashed with us tonight. Hopefully CCT will show up. There's Bill 457 is here. Hello, E-Cord. Good to see you. And one of many is with us as well. Let's see here. We got Sheet Maximum on the Left Behind video. Says this. Let me get. It isn't simply about rarity. There also has to be demand if something is quite rare, but no one cares all that much about it, or it has very much demand. If it has rarity, that means nothing. Yep, I pretty much have mentioned that many times. Gold is monetary metal. Platinum, palladium, and rhodium are not. So their greater rarity still don't matter when the prices don't soar like gold. That's right. Platinum, palladium, and rhodium and silver would all have to become monetary metals stored up by central banks globally and used for people's retirement accounts as a hedge like gold to see their prices really go up like gold. Well, I disagree with that. But let's see. While silver seems to have a lot more industrial use than platinum, palladium, and rhodium, it still isn't a monetary metal, at least not like gold, so its price still does not soar like gold in times of economic uncertainty and high Federal Reserve rates. Being the number one global monetary metal is where it is at, seems like gold wears the crown, not the others. Well, and you're right. However, it is, as I mentioned in a prior video, it is precisely because of its industrial properties and the demand that we could see. If demand really starts to outpace supply to an extensive level, silver will soar. It'll go up like crazy. David Parrish is here. Master Blaster is here. Good to see Carrie Taryn is with us. There's Cybercurrent Twitcher. Welcome, sir. As we slurp our way through, there's Cheetah Kid. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. And good to see Tom Larson. Let's see what we've got. You've got Lone Patriot on this video. Says the following. Let me get over here so we can make this effective. Says platinum wasn't king for thousands of years like gold and silver. It's the history that keeps me believing gold. Silver supremacy for sure. We're always trying to bring something else of value into play, and I don't see it with platinum. I will stick to my original plan. Yeah, totally understandable, Lone Patriot. It is certainly much later discovered, till the 1700s, platinum and palladium. But nonetheless, in the age of the markets, it was far above gold for quite a long time. All right. Let's see here. There's Zardos is here. Welcome, Zardos. And Johnny B is here, too. All right. And we've got Gordon Sisk says, he shouldn't put money in his mouth. It's dirty. That's right, exactly. On my video this afternoon. Oh, man, 8-inch Destroyer is here with 10 Salivate Metal memberships. Wow, thank you, brother. Very kind of you indeed. Let's give him 10 push-ups for that. If you receive one of those, give him a warm welcome. Very, very cool. Nice. Let's see here. All right. Let's do 10 push-ups for 8-inch Destroyer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 to get the blood flowing tonight. Thank you, 8-inch Destroyer. Very kind of you indeed, sir. All right. First act of kindness tonight. Appreciate that, my friend. Let's see here. Ah, yeah. Getting the blood flowing early tonight. Lisa Anderson. It's Lisa. There's Gordon Sisk. He made it. He's late, but he made it. Welcome. Yeah, I don't have the diamond push-ups in me. Lulu Luckies says this. I don't understand how all this being dumped, but we never hear about anything being bought. Is it just dumping of contracts that were created out of nothing? What is the source? Well, it is the charts, and it is presumably is paper versions of it. Same thing with big buys like that do as well. There's a lot of buys that happen as well with regards to that. So it's both ways, but this was the biggest ever, from what I understand. Whoa! 8-inch Destroyer with 10 more Celibate Metal gift memberships. Boom! A double shot there, a shotgun blast of it. All right, so let's do 10 more push-ups for 8-inch Destroyer. Wow. Very kind of you. Let's see here. All right, let's do it. 10 more, get things out of the way here, make this thing happen. Look at that. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There we go. Yeah, now we're talking. Boom. 8-inch Destroyer again. Very kind. Okay, let's see here. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see here. Kib Snowden says, see here. Let me get over to this. Says this. Silver is whatever people will pay, and most people want silver. What goes down always comes back up. Yeah, that's true. But you know, it's the market is the ultimate arbiter, but it is a foundation of it is the price, right? Oh man. Oh, thank you, 8-inch Destroyer. No worries, my friend. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that so much. All right. Let's see here. There's Nickel Stackings with us too. And we've got D Silverman on my shorts. I've been trying to do more of these shorts here lately. Trying to capture yet a different audience or expand that audience if I can, but I don't know. But anyways, so D Silverman says, yeah, I just will not buy a gold bar unless I get my hands on the 1 gram, maybe even half gram. a spot or below spot, or any of the fraction bars, I guess spot or below spot. Well, good luck. Very hard to find those. I guess it's possible to get them at or near spot, but very tough to do. All right, let's see here. Good to see you guys. Welcome. Argent Appeal. Welcome, Argent Appeal. Good to see some newer folks pop in. We got Steve C is here. Welcome, Steve C. Good to see you back, my friend. We've got Tony Bones chimes in with this and says, gold teeter-tottering, nothing new under the sun. Buy the dip per usual. That's right. Yep, good to buy the dip for sure. Exactly right. There's Willie Spencer's with us tonight. We're just making our way through this broadcast, expecting some scammers to call us in about 5 or so minutes from now. We'll see if they actually do it. Stephen Layton says here, the tech industry and the military-industrial complex both have a major interest in controlling the silver price. This is why it's manipulated. Yeah. Are they controlled by the big banks tied with them? I don't know. Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see how that connection is made. Okay, let's see here. All right. Okay, let's see. Paul Sargent. AI and calculated total world debt and divided by the total amount of gold in the world, 48,000 per ounce. Imagine that. Yes, crazy. Well, stay tuned. I have something to say about that. Thank you, Paul Sargent. Carrie Tarrant says you can't compare apples to oranges. Yes, they're both fruit, but are totally different. That's right. Yep. True that. True that. All right. Paul Kerr. Welcome, Paul Kerr. Good to see you. Welcome. And Joe Libs is here. Deja Vu is with us. All right. How come silver's down with Dalio buying that much? He bought gold. He bought gold, didn't buy silver. Yes, indeed. Check out my latest video, nickel stacking. I'll talk about that. Jean Lefevers says here, Sal, you just made sense to stack platinum. If we were looking for stability and appreciation for our stash, it's time to add platinum. I remember a time I got a call to trade in my gold for platinum. It hadn't been higher than gold and had dropped to the same. It's time to add platinum for stability for my hedge fund, in my opinion. Well, I agree with that in part. I'm not going hardcore platinum, but I've been buying platinum fairly regularly as a diversification, but I just don't know what platinum is going to do. It seems like it's always poised to break out, but it never does. At least it hasn't as of yet. So we'll see here. Better wait to only go down. Shops down in silver under 33. This guy don't even know what silver is doing. Let's see here. Well, yeah, we'll see. It's a big bank that said that. Anyway, JFE Enterprise says, oh, almost took a trooper's door out of his car now listening to this. Whoa. Idiot let the wind fling it fully out. Wow, crazy. Oh, my goodness gracious. The NXX. Email, let me see here. I don't know. I got an email from somebody, but I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's you. I don't want to say the name. I don't want to dox you, but yes, indeed. But I did get one recently, but I don't know if it's from you or not. But anyways, but thank you. If you do send something, make sure you put your channel name in there so I know who it is. Zardos. Thank you, Zardos. 20 Salivate Metal gift memberships from Zardos. Let's do those in curls. Thank you, Zardos. Wow. That's a howitzer round there. That's a big launch of a mortar or howitzer round. Let's do 20 curls with that one. All right. It's a gift membership night. Almost like a gift membership train happening tonight. Appreciate you guys doing that. And I'll explain something about that. Let's do 10, 1, or 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 for Zardoz. Thank you, Zardoz. Boom. Massive. Thank you so much. All right, yes. The reason why these very kind folks give out these channel gift memberships is in part in hopes that maybe you'll extend it after the month, because it's for a month, and that maybe you'll extend it out and on your own. It's a great support for the channel, so thank you. Nan Double X. Oh, yes, I did get the buffaloes. Thank you for those pictures. I was actually looking for a picture of the proof buffalo from 2025 to see if others had the same details and frosting that I have. And that's what I was looking for. But thank you. Appreciate those sending that. All right. Thank you again. Very cool. Ray says here, I think we could see a 60-to-1 ratio for silver and also platinum being higher than gold as supply thins. That is possible. I think it's unlikely, but it is possible. It would be nice to see that. Let's see here. Very good. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see what we've got. To the next comment. Yeah, no worries, Nan Double X. Congratulations on getting those buffaloes. That's great. Self-aware. Let's get to self-aware. We're running through these comments here pretty good here. Says, had to unload a large quantity recently due to an unfortunate smelting accident. Will probably buy back when I heal up. Oh, boy. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Dang. That can be dangerous. Wow. B. Taylor is here. Welcome, B. Taylor. Good to see you. All right. Yes, indeed. Okay, here comes our first scammer call. Right on time. Hello?
Mr. Gebhardt.
Yes, this is Mr. Gebhardt.
This is David.
David. Hi, David. It says Ray Sean on the caller ID, by the way.
I don't know why it does it. Sean is my middle name.
Sean is your middle name? What's the Ray?
Ray is my last name.
Oh, okay, Sean. Okay, but it's David. You go by David.
That's correct. In
right.
business, I go by my first name.
By your first name. That's strange. That's really weird. I tend to do that as well. I think you and I might be the only people that go by our first names. But although I do like it when you call me Mr. Gebhardt because it makes me feel important. You understand?
Well, yeah. Well, you know, that's just the way I was raised.
Right.
To show respect and then I expect it back.
Okay. Oh, but what if my level of respect you don't feel as respected? If you know what I'm saying? Let's say there's a scale of 1 to 10, and you give me a 7 level of respect, and I give you a 6.5. You're gonna feel shortchanged, won't you?
Well, no, because I don't take any of it personal.
Oh, okay, all right, I see that. That makes sense. So that just wipes out the scale. It wipes out the scale somewhat.
Yeah, right, exactly. I mean,
right.
I'm not gonna take it personal. I mean,
right.
It's all business, and
or as we say here, it's all good in the neighborhood. That's a phrase that I'm getting ready to copyright that phrase actually, because yeah.
Well, look, I basically hate to be the bearer of bad news, but people have been saying that for years.
What? Wait a second.
Absolutely.
Did you just say that people have been saying that phrase for years?
Correct.
I can't believe it. You just shattered my dreams. I was getting ready to put in the trademark and copyright papers for that. Dang it.
I just saved you about $18,000 to get a patent on it.
Oh, dang it. Oh, here I thought I was being creative and everything. Dang it.
Well, listen here, hey, if you keep living, you'll keep learning, and I just taught you something today.
Thank you. I appreciate. Thank you for teaching me that. I had no idea. I just thought for sure. You know, I like to be very original. You know, it just is. This is going to take some time for me to heal from, but I think I'll get over it. So let's talk a little bit about let's talk a little bit of business while we're here. You know, just for the sake of conversation.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I totally agree. So, kind of explain to me what you wanting to do.
Well,
And
I would like to get a loan for my business, and what I want to do is I want to invest in a laundromat.
Okay.
Okay. Now it doesn't have to be very big. Something that's got about anywhere between 7 to 10 washers and 7 to 10 dryers, and a lot of space to be able to move big carts in and out, presumably pallet size for to be able to hold pallets of currency and to move it in and out. And we're gonna probably need a couple of contracts of silver as well, because we're gonna have on site. So in other words, the laundromat's got to be big enough to hold about 20 units, 20
Okay.
units between washers and dryers, and then
Okay.
space in the back to bring in the silver. We're going to need a couple of contracts of silver. That's 5,000 ounces, because we're going to have a machine that's going to shave off the silver to put it into the money bags. Well, they're going to be on pallets, and then we're going to put them into the washers and dryers, and we need to be able to clean up that money, because it's all about disease. You know, there's a lot of disease and a lot of things, especially after COVID. So we're gonna launder this money to clean it, and we need silver because silver is an antibacterial.
Right.
And I'm using hand gestures here as if you could actually see me, but I really am. I'm being enthusiastic about this, so I need money for this thing to happen so we can launder this money. Is that a way to do that? So in other words, I need digital money from you so that I can get the actual cash and the silver to provide a service.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so are you actually licensed, or like, is this a startup?
I have an ongoing business, but it's a new thing. I think as far as the permits, I can take care of that in the local government side. I might have to get a building permit and business license and all that jazz. It's going to be a subsidiary of Gephardt Enterprises.
Okay. And so, what all? So now that Gephardt Enterprise that is already established.
Oh yeah, that's been
Money.
established for 14 years. This
Okay.
is
Good
yeah.
deal.
I'm going to run this
So,
money through this before we funnel it into through the Cayman Islands, and then
okay.
we'll have it, and then we'll do that, and then we'll bring it in. But yeah,
So now look. So like, just to kind of let you know who you're talking to.
your name is David. Yes, I did remember your name. I'm pretty
Yes,
good about
sir.
that. I've got a pretty good memory.
Okay. Well, I've been in the mortgage industry for a long time.
Okay.
And I've done everything from auditing mortgage loans to processing mortgage loans to originating mortgage loans as well as business loans.
Right.
I believe that your best option is with Gephardt Industries or Enterprises, which is already established.
Yeah.
It's already established. Then therefore, I think we're going to need to funnel it through that.
Right.
And
Yeah. That's what I
now,
mean. That's what I was saying. Let's funnel it through the. Let's funnel it through the Gephardt Enterprises. Yeah. Let's do that.
Right.
Yeah. We'll
Right.
do that.
So now, what kind of business is Gephardt Industries or Enterprise?
Oh, we're in manufacturing. We're in manufacturing, and you know we've been building stuff for years, and so yeah, we'll use that. But I'm not in construction though. I'm in Gephardt Enterprises is many. This is a whole new venture. You know, this is gonna be a game changer. This is gonna change the game. This is people are gonna want our money because it's gonna be clean.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, squeaky clean, silver. So little silver fibers will be on the money too, which will add value to the money. So
gotcha.
yeah.
And so now, how much money are you looking for?
Well, at the start, we'll do about $120,000.
Okay.
And then I think that
wanting the money?
I'd like to get the money within, if we can have it within 7 to 10 weeks. I think that would be. I know that's probably a bit tight, but if we can get it within that time frame, I'd be happy as a clam.
Okay. So now, let me ask you this: how's your credit?
My street cred's great. I've got good street cred. I'm actually pretty good at rhyming as well. I'm like a master of ceremonies. You know what I mean? All the other master of ceremony people are just lame, but I can bust a rhyme like the best of them. That's what they tell me.
All right. So, Now, what kind of deposits do you have per month with Gephardt?
Oh, right. Yeah, they're the kind of deposits that are financial in nature. Those are the kind of deposits. There are other deposits I make too, but that's a very private matter. I'd rather not go into those kind of deposits that involve copulation. Let's leave those out of this discussion, if you don't mind.
Well, like since this is a business loan,
Right.
then
So, since it's a business loan, I don't want to talk about those deposits that involve copulation. Right.
okay, so
Because that's not
all right,
related to
so,
business. That's more pleasure oriented.
all right. Well, no, like I'm only concerned about the business side
Good.
of the
I'm glad. I
process.
appreciate that because I was getting nervous, thinking that maybe you
No,
wanted to go in a
no.
personal direction. I mean, and I mean, we're friends and all, and I have no problem having some personal conversation. Some small talk, as long as the
Right.
small talk is uses very small fonts and letters. That's
Right.
the
Well,
best kind of small talk we can ever find. You know what I mean?
absolutely. Because I've been doing this a long time, I know what questions to ask.
And I
But
know what answers
sometimes,
to give.
right, and I've heard this because I've been in this industry a long time for like 18 years. Buyers are liars. Not necessarily talking about you per se, but they tend to not give all of the information so us as a company can make an informed decision.
Well, you know what they
But
say. I've got to have it. I do. As far as I don't like to write checks that I can't cash. You know what I mean?
right,
And usually, if I write a check to myself, I'm going to cash that puppy pretty quickly. But
okay,
if I write it to somebody else, then they're going to have to cash it. You know what I'm saying? But
mm-hmm,
if I'm gonna put up, I don't want to shut up. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
That sounds like a phrase I could probably copyright, right?
Hey, maybe, hey, the best thing to do is check it out. But see, this is what I'm thinking. So if you are,
By the way, do I hear a birdie there? Is that a little? I hear a sparrow in the background there. Is that what?
I don't know what kind of bird that is. Like I'm sitting in my garage. Um,
Can you move the phone closer to the little creature so we can hear him a little bit louder?
but I don't know where the let me see. But yeah, so I'm
Can
just.
you let him out of his cage for a little bit? Let him flap around a little bit inside the garage there?
Oh no. This is out in the free world. Like
Oh,
in one of the trees. Oh yeah. Like we have some dogs, but we don't have any birds.
okay, because the birds sounded really, really close,
Oh really?
like a
Yeah.
rockin' robin, tweet, 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 tweet,
Yeah.
you know.
Must have been just the acoustics from how it was hitting the garage, and whatnot. So,
I do think it
um,
was a robin. I'm using artificial intelligence right now. It's called the JM Unleashed model, and it says that it's a robin. It's a blue robin specifically with a beak, little kind of beak, and little orange little feetsies, little orange feetsies.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now, as far as now, here's the thing: if your personal credit isn't good,
Mm-hmm.
then we'll be looking at a merchant cash advance, which is a shorter term loan.
Okay.
If your personal credit is good,
Oh,
if it is good, then therefore we can look at some 0% interest rates
I like that. I
for
like
12 to
that.
18 months, for like 12 to 18 months, if your credit is good. So
Okay.
what we do is you should have a copy of the loan application that I sent over to you, and like we can just go over that, take us like 5-6 minutes, and then we can fill out everything, you sign it, submit it, and then the next thing you'll do is submit over the documentation. So that's just the process itself. Now, because it's 6 o'clock, almost 6:30 on a Friday afternoon, then we
Let's
probably won't be
reconvene
able to
on
submit.
Tuesday. Let's reconvene on Tuesday at this time, and then we can go through those documents. I think that's a good idea. I like the way you think because it is
Okay.
the weekend, and the weekend is made for Michelob. I'm thinking about maybe copywriting that phrase as well.
I mean, hey, I hope it all works, but
That's what she
what
said.
the the easiest thing to do is I need you to look right now through your text messages and see if you see the copy of the loan application as well as what documents you need to provide me, so we can make sure we're on the same page. So,
Oh, well, first we got to update everybody what's going on here because we don't want to be obscure by any of this because I'm trying to get a loan from your company here just to make sure we're both on the same page and updated. And so we want to make sure and we've talked about funneling money. We haven't even gotten to the part about funneling the money through the Cayman Islands yet. So there's
well,
that.
see now,
And then,
that
but the
part,
other factor of this is the situation is that we've got to be able to access to these text messages, and on this phone, I'm not able to do that while I'm on the phone with you. So let's do this. Let's reconvene, and we'll go through it together on Tuesday. Tuesday at what time?
I mean, you're probably gonna say 6:15, but
Yes,
so listen,
6:15. You got it, David. I love it. You are a man that's got a great memory, and it just warms my heart, and it
I mean,
tickles. And not only does it warm my heart, it tickles my fancy as well, and that's that's a
that's
bonus.
awesome. So now
Yes.
tell me, why can't we go through your loan application now, since it's only going to take us 5 minutes?
Well, because I only have about 10 minutes left here, David. That's why. And so I've got to get going. So what we're going to do with only 10 minutes left in this conversation,
And we can
I've
do it in
got
5
to.
minutes.
Well, exactly. That's exactly why we're not able to do it tonight. So that's why Tuesday at 6:15 we'll be able to invert the wormhole and bend time in such a way that it normalizes and we can make it work. Because right now we're in a part of quantum physics where time has been bent, where 10 minutes is actually less than the 5-6 minutes that you say that it takes to fill out the application.
Where did you find that information at?
Well, it's just through my knowledge of quantum physics and what's happening right now. There's a small little tiny wormhole in my immediate vicinity where dark matter has really compressed time and space in such a way that I just can't do it in 10 minutes. And actually now it's been expanded to 13 minutes, which makes it even shorter, which just means I'm at haste to try to end this call. So let's get back to normalcy. By now I'll have worked out all of the kinks and sprayed some fertilizer on the time-space continuum to get us back into normalcy, okay? And it's not
I guess
Roundup
you
either.
must be already on that Michelob that you was talking about
No,
earlier.
it's not the Michelob yet. That's Roundup, and I don't use Roundup anymore because there's been some problems with that. With
Right,
being
some
pretty.
carcinogens.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
I'm not a big fan of the carcinogens.
so,
Not
look,
a.
so look, just for my own peace of mind, I basically want to make sure that I'm not going crazy here. So basically,
No.
me
You're
that
perfectly sane. I can verify. I'm a trained psychiatrist, psychologist, and chiropractor, and I can tell you, Mr. Sean, that you are a complete, sound, stable mind. You're
all right, so
okay.
look, let me repeat it to you just to make sure we're on the same page. So basically,
Okay.
you're saying, so like I'm
Well,
telling you that
before you
this
talk about the
application
pages,
was,
let's talk
hold
about the
on,
book. We got to talk
we
about
can
what
talk,
book we're
listen,
on,
we
then we'll
can
talk about
sing
the
at the same
page.
time, but we can't talk at the same time.
Right,
Okay,
exactly.
so
So I just wanted clarification on the book before we talk about the page.
okay, so listen, you're saying that we can't complete this loan application in 5 to 6 minutes because of quantum physics. You're saying it's going to take actually more than 10 minutes.
Right. We only have about 18 minutes left in this conversation now because of how time has expanded since then, which means I really do got to go now. And then, but on
I think
Tuesday, I'm
you
going to
would.
ask you about a proctologist, but I don't have time to ask you about that tonight. So let's talk about Tuesday, okay? Tuesday,
Hey, listen,
get back to me on
sir,
the proctologist thing, and we'll get through the loan application, okay?
Mr. Gebhardt,
Yes, sir.
I want you to be sure that you hear me really good, okay?
Okay.
So listen, this is about our fourth conversation that we've had, and we haven't gotten much accomplished other than talking about space-time continuum, Stargate, and all this other stuff.
Well, we haven't mentioned Stargate yet. That's another. We can get there. We can talk about that on Tuesday because I think the server farm for that's going to be incredible, and the energy amounted for it, and what's going to happen with AI and the 3 different companies involved in it. That's a big deal. But we'll see what happens
So,
there.
but listen,
Unless
so
you're talking about the
this
movie,
is
unless you're talking about the movie Stargate, that's a whole other conversation. We can go there too. But I can't talk right now. Let's do this. Come back Tuesday at 6:15 Eastern Time. That's 3:15 Pacific.
So
And
look, this right here is what I'm gonna do.
okay,
I'm gonna send the loan application to you,
great.
as well as what documents that need to be provided. When we speak on Tuesday,
Yes,
you will
Tuesday.
have had 4 days. Today's Friday.
That's right.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Right.
You would have 4 days. You would have, let's say, if you only have 10 hours a day, that means you have 40 hours to complete a 5 minutes loan application, okay, as well as the documentation that is required
Okay.
for us to get your information submitted. So
Okay.
I really need you to have this submitted.
Okay. All right. Okay. I gotta go because I'm annoying some people, so I gotta get going. All right, sounds good. Talk to you soon, David. Thank you.
Make sure you have it done.
Okay, thanks, David. Okay, we'll depend on the space-time continuum. Talk to you Tuesday. All right, bye-bye. All right, I had to get this thing done because Sexy Seahawk was getting pissed. They can't have that. Oh, he didn't like him talking that long. All right, TikTok. All right, that guy has had it. He's had it. He can't stand anymore. And my coffee was getting lukewarm. It's crazy. All right, somebody fill in Natty My Nature bodybuilding. All right, let's see here. Good to see you though. All right. Okay, so self-aware. We got his comment. Dan Webb says here, those Summit Metal wallets are ridiculous. Off count, monster logo, just wrong on so many logos. So many levels. Well, the logo, yeah, it's a monster logo. It's their brand, right? Now, I have other people said, hey, they have the off counts. The reason why they're the off counts is they're only going to be able to pack so many per wallet, and the wallet has got to be business card size so they can fit easily. That's the reason why they're off count. But they're their own creation. You'll see no other company provide those types of things. It's their own invention, so it's better than nothing, right? It's a good way to store your metals. But anyways, welcome. Good to see you guys. All right. Let's see here. Max M. Love you, Sal, but this video is trash. Oh, man. Well, I'm sorry. Why don't you like the video? It's strange. I don't know what's so wrong about the video. I would love to know, but thank you. Michael K. Buy gold. All right. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Good idea to have some gold. And we've got this from Deidrin says there is corruption in gold and silver and Bitcoin, etc. Elites are going broke and cashing in paper. Simple. Yep, that probably is what's happening. Zardos with another gift membership. Thank you so much, Zardos. Boom. There he is. We'll couple that one if any more come in. Make sure we add on to that. RM1042 is here. Good to see you. All right. And as we peruse our way through here. Oh, there's 8-inch Destroyer with 5 more. So now let's do 6 push-ups with that one. Zardos, thank you, guys. Wow. Appreciate that. All right, here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that right? We got 6. There we go. All right. Thank you. Very kind of you indeed as we peruse our way up through the next comment. We've got Corbion FMGB. My biggest guess is why they dump so much silver are 2 related points. Banks can go bankrupt and don't give a F, and they want to keep silver low so the economy can get it's cheaper to produce. There could be some motivations there for that. Whoa, Matt Showron has just gifted 5 Salivate Metal memberships as well. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. Good to see you. Matt, thank you so much. All right, let's get over here. Let's do 5 more push-ups. Okay, let's see. All right, here we go. 5 more push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's see here. All right. Let's see here. Welcome, John Hukulak. Good to see you, John. Phil Micrack. Good to see you. All right. Good to see some newer names pop in here. Appreciate that. And we've got this from Legion 4919. Says it's going to $24 by the end of summer, then $15 at the end of the year, then it'll bounce back to $50 by 2027 mid-winter. Okay, interesting analysis there. Boy, that's pretty low. I don't think that's going to happen either, but anyways. All right, let's see here. All right. Yeah. Okay. And we've got gold and silver. Says both are going down, decoupling for sure from any gains. Yep. That's what happened yesterday for sure. Paleo Meat says here, I have both gold and silver on the short that I did today. We've got both gold and silver for different reasons. I suspect silver will catch up, but it's likely to take years before it happens. All right. Let's see here. All right. Yep, it very well could take years. Let's see here. Where are we at? Yeah. Salivate rounds are available at Summit Metals now, Matt Scoron. Yep. They now have them now over at Summit Metals. Link is in the description of this live stream. One of many who I believe is here with us tonight on the video I posted this morning. If you haven't had a chance to see it, it's pretty interesting stuff here about how gold is decoupled with three things that have been left behind. Backed by gold, even last Easter, Trump talked about the golden rule. The rest of the world has gold fever, and they all know what time it is. Boy, I tell you what, talking about that, it's amazing how time flies. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. All right. Good to see Mark Razor is with us tonight. Appreciate you being here. All right. And thank you to JM Unleashed for posting a link to the Salivate Metal rounds over Summit Metals. And we've got that JM Unleashed, speaking of which, who has been posting some really cool stuff, some songs and other good content. He has a game night on Monday nights. Check him out. This is an outstanding video, folks. Please share it out on your social media platforms. Thank you, Sharing is Caring. Thank you so much, JM Unleashed. Yeah, it's one of those that kind of fell under the radar, but I thought it was some pretty good information here, and thank you so much, JM Unleashed, for that. And Zardoz with 5 more Salivate Metal memberships. Thank you, Zardoz. Wow, appreciate that. Man, you guys are awesome. Thank you, thank you. Here we go. Let's do 5 more. Here we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I feel it. I feel it when I do those push-ups. You guys are great. Thank you so much. All right. Yo, Keyhole, good to see you. Keyhole Strategies, welcome. Phil Mike Rack is here. Good to see you. And let's see here. We got Kerry Terrence with some algorithmic emoticons. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. And Roller Skate and Sag Actor. It's been a while since we've seen him. Thank you so much. Says the paper contracts and the derivative market is so manipulated. I tend not to trust anything that seems obvious. I think what we all need to remember is those were not actual ounces in physical form. Yep, likely just paper ounces were done for sure. All right, very good. All right, Phil Mike Rack, what country are you from? Because they will ship, I think, to Canada and to the United Kingdom. They just cost more to do, but they will ship to those countries. In fact, you might even just call them anyway and ask them if they'll ship to your country. They very well may. If they'll ship to Canada and England, anyways, but let's see here. Okay, let's see here. We've got Bob Scamano says the following here. Oh, and thank you so much for Cybercurtain Twitcher for posting a link to JM Unleashed channel. Appreciate that, my friend. So Bob says here the following. The biggest reason for the loss of the dollar's value over the last decade wasn't government spending. Government spending was the second biggest reason. The biggest reason for the loss of dollar's value over the past decade was due to the Fed keeping interest rates near zero for such a long time. Also printing money. Printing money is the biggest thing, even more so than interest rates. And that's why, they had to have the money to print in order to feed those 0% interest rates for so long. So it's the printing of the money that's really the problem. And government spending is what perpetuates that. Okay, let's see here. Where are we at? We've got Barry. I get paid at the end of the month. Should be a nice dip. With peace breaking out around the world and tariffs not so scary, price of eggs are down. Yep, that's true. Very good. All right, let's see here. And what we've got here, we've got double overfishing. Chimes in with this and says, looking like gold and silver both put in double bottom. Might be reversal soon. Yeah, I'll tell you what, both metals went down today. For sure. They sure did. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. And let's move on up. Good crowd with us. I appreciate you guys being here. We only had one scammer call, but it was a pretty good one. I thought it was pretty fun. And let's see here. Armando Reyes. We've not seen Armando in a while, so appreciate Armando chiming in on this video. It says, we all know that the upper class and rich don't wear a lot of gold jewelry. The amount of people who have had to sell their jewelry has skyrocketed. Businesses need prices to come down so people can start buying again. If no one is buying jewelry, more businesses and banks will close. Yes, you're right. Yep, it's crazy. A lot of more, there's a lot of people that are, middle income that are buying the jewelry. The rich, I don't know. I guess it depends on what kind of rich people are. I've seen some rich people wear some stuff, and they don't flaunt it around. That's for sure. But yes, indeed. All right. Okay. We've got Robert Silver Oz says this. It matters what they do. Silver seems to gravitate to $32 at this time. Those that bought after 2017 are doing well and sitting pretty. Most have either double or triple their investment and can now sit on their hands and do nothing. If there's a crash, it probably will be dragged down, but it will recover due to an industrial demand and production deficit. Peace of mind is worth a fortune. If one has somewhere and something to sell, then no worries. Be happy. It's a beautiful day, beautiful life. Yep. Good thoughts there. Thank you. All right. And we've got this from Winston Wolf. They reset their algorithms this week to 1 to 99. Sal, it's a 1 arm buying and the other one selling. Is there a collusion? Could be. John Knox, 1 rhodium card, 2 gold and palladium card. That's how it should be now. That's right. Yep. Exactly. Shifting things around based off of how the market views the metals. All right. Let's see here. 79 is with us. Good to see 79. Remember, just for thought, says Joe, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. Exactly right. Kenny Rogers, written by Donald Schlitch. All right, not the guy that made the beer either, for sure. All right. Oh, yeah, let's see here. Yep, I'm the one that set the seashells. I put the seashells by the seashore and learned how to say that so many times that I just 86'd my linguistic lessons. Because I can't take it, because I can't say to put your shells by the seashore without getting tongue-twisted in a tongue-tied kind of way. Let's talk to the scammer here. Let's see what he's got to say. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Thanks for being connected. My name is Richard from Finance Expense Department. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Richard. How are you doing? How is life in Pakistan?
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Oh, son of a man. All right, let's see. This is how the big corporate entities have been artificially suppressing silver prices for over 50 years. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Jade says, it's possible to predict the future. For example, in 1973, the Black Scholes mathematical equation became famous when it invented for predicting the future for pricing options. It was developed by economist Fisher Shafee Black and Scholes with contributions by Robert Cox. And other names all became very rich from their formula. 24 years later, in 1997, Myron and the others received a Nobel Prize in economics for determining the value of derivatives. However, Fisher Shafee Black had already died 2 years earlier on August 30th from throat cancer. Okay, wow. That's interesting. pricing options. I don't know what to think about that. Interesting. That means that we should all be rich right now. I don't know. There's got to be more to that, anyways. Let's see here. All right. Nobody cares says the following. And if industries need silver for the production of their goods, are convinced that 100 ounces of silver resides in the ground for every 1 ounce of gold, we need to brace for major shortages of products, especially at the electronic realm. Yeah. Well, that's not the way it comes out of the ground. They're not convinced of that. No one's suggesting that. It comes out of the ground about 7 to 8 to 1, maybe 9 to 1. It's priced at 100 ounces of silver every 1 ounce of gold. But yes, indeed. All right, let's see here. And we've got this long volcanoes. A dump of gold could happen from the central banks. As for silver, has been left behind and should stay back. All right. That could happen. That's true. That very well could happen. I think I mentioned that in the video too. Ziggy says gold is the mountain climber for now. Steep incline with a few drops. Silver going up very slowly. A train needs a small incline to rise. So are you mountain climber or train operator? Yes, indeed. Or a little bit of both, maybe. I don't know. Not sure. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Anybody know what the UFD is doing? What's its price right now? I'm kind of curious. Does somebody know what its high was and where it sits right now? I'm kind of curious. If somebody could tell me. NAB, gold is still over $3,000 per ounce, while silver stuck at 32. Indeed it is. You're right about that. Inflating Cloud says this. A lower silver price can discourage investors from shifting capital into safe assets and bolster confidence in the traditional financial system. Yes, that's true, but I tell you what, most of us physical stackers, we're not deterred. We hold on to our silver assets, that's for sure. All right. Okay, it didn't. Some metals is UK available from address screen only. Yeah, they're in America, Phil Mike Rack. However, you might want to give them a call and ask them, or email them and ask them what the price would be. I think they will ship there, but it will be obviously more expensive. But yes, indeed. All right. And we've got this from Coins A to Z on this video. It says this here. The truth is, most of the time, supply and demand drives prices of precious metals. A man can be spurred and affected by anything, including perceived fear, etc. Another way to look at demand is acquisition value. If a metal is valued to be owned, more of demand will go up. Demand drives up, higher prices typically follows. Yep, that's true. Okay, thank you, Jam on least. The high for UFD was 33 cents. The current price is 3 cents. Okay, all right, thank you. Very cool. All right, this was curious. I assume it's not really done much since then, but yeah. A lot of people, I guess, lost their shirts on that one. Part of me is kind of surprised it's up 3 cents. But anyways. All right, thank you, R. Delgado. Thank you for being here, R. Delgado. Appreciate you being here. Jeff Reynolds is here. We've got Property Geek says, okay, easy answer. You can dump as much fiction as you want when you own the physical. That's true. Yep, you're right. And John Power, gold is a springboard and bends over before it springs back up. It's all good. Indeed, you're right. And got Joe Rock, 1736, says this. Nothing to be concerned about. Just buy if you can. Let them play their game and take advantage. About another 20 ounces of silver and 10-gram PAMP gold bar. Good sale price. The shorts are getting squeezed and rinsed. All right. Well, good job making those buys for sure. All right. The original offering price was 17 cents. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you for that information. Very good. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Joe Well says here, take this to heart, Fed rate, with some equations there. Okay, $36, and thank you for that. All right, very good. Let's do this comment from Alan Cadio, 2984. says this: a stacker and investor both use gold as a store of value. The stacker is staying put. The investor plays in the markets, and each time a market scare comes along, he runs to gold for short-term protection. As soon as market resumes, he's out of gold and back out there. Just happened again recently with the tariffs. This causing a bit of price fluctuation is well known. Yep, you're right. Exactly right, Alan. Exactly right. Very good. All right. Thank you so much, Dennis Niemeyer, for being here tonight. Jeff Reynolds is here. Mark B is with us. Good to see Mark B. And we've got Larry Potter. The only ratio manipulation I approve is manipulating Sal's like to dislike ratio. For the better, of course. Well, thank you, Larry. I appreciate that. Helps a lot. Thank you so much, my friend. We've got Richard Metcalf, who says the following here. Imagine what silver's price would be if there was no dump, considering silver held up pretty well for the amount of contracts sold. Yes, I think we would have seen $33 sustained if that was the case, for sure. All right. Gustavo, new into stacking, been buying every Sunday for the past month, and I'm up to 17 ounces, looking to add a small increments every week. Way to go. That's dollar cost averaging. Good job. Congratulations in your stacking journey. I appreciate you being here, and welcome aboard. Thank you so much. All right. Deja Vu is here. Welcome, Deja Vu. Jaden the Fright says the following. Regarding 946, rhodium rose to its highest price ever, $29,800 per troy ounce on March 23rd, 2021. Thank you. Yes, that's right. Crazy how high it went. Thank you, Jade. Always appreciate it. Okay. And Bill 457 is here too. Good to see Bill 457 is with us tonight. Jim Gordon says it would take an act of Congress or more to move the ratio closer. For now, I doubt it getting closer. No, I hear you. I don't think it's going to get any closer for quite a while either. And it seems to be 1/10. 1/10 ounce gold eagles is the best buy in the gold coins, selling them or buying them. Yes, that's true. And there were good deals over at Summit Metals for those 10th ounce gold coins too. You're right. All right. Very true. Let's take another slurp of some coffee. Why? Just because it tastes good and it's lukewarm. Actually, it's a little bit less than lukewarm, but who's complaining? I am, because I'm mad that it's not as hot as it was used to be. I'm mad. I'm complaining and making a big deal out of it because it's a first world problem, and it's that means it's high on my list of priorities and problems. Maria, you can have all the gold in the world if you have no food. You've already lost. Grow your own and stock up on your food. Good idea. Stack your preparedness. Be well diversified in that area too. You're exactly right. Chuckles says, has anyone stacked Franklin halves? They're generally very good shape and instantly recognizable as a chunk of silver. Same with peace dollars. Good looking coin. Yes. In fact, the Franklin halves are better because the peace dollars generally carry a premium. But you're right. Good way to stack, for sure. All right, thank you, Elliot Scott. All right, yeah, no, I've been slow, Gee, I've been slacking on that. I'm tapped out for now, but yes, indeed. But yeah, thank you, Natty. Yes, indeed. Hope you check them out. And thank you to James Unleashed for posting a link to Summit Metals again. Appreciate it. And Willa says, I'm halfway convinced that the decoupling of the GSR is an international manipulation to discourage people from acquiring precious metals. A lot of people feel that way for sure. Yes, indeed. Well, folks, this is great. I'm a coffee Karen tonight. I'm complaining about my coffee. That's exactly right. And you guys are great. I appreciate you for being here tonight. I'm going to leave you with this sage piece of advice that will cost you nothing. You can take it with you. You can package it. You can put it in your pocket. And that is to keep your feet on the stars. Keep reaching for the ground. And we will see you on Sunday night. Take care, all.